Zero Legion is already checking the stream frame. I have no doubt Zero Legion is on it.
On a developer livestream, a new image of the next update for Space Engineers was revealed, along with some other interesting tidbits about the update. We're also going to be taking a look at some of the things we missed in the last teaser, so if you haven't seen that and want to get caught up, the playlist containing all of my videos for the next update is linked on the card on the top right. So, on the developer livestream we were shown this teaser, and if I brighten it up a little bit, I imagine some of you will have 3 words come to your head.
Mushroom, mushroom, we're rich!
Mushroom,
we're rich! We're rich!
mushroom, we're rich! Mushroom,
We're rich!
This teaser is in some sort of cave, it has a bridge running through the middle of it here, and it has several instances of a glowing object in the background. Now none of the blocks are new in this teaser, so the only things we have to go on are these glowing objects and several other interesting bits of fauna. So, as you might have guessed from my reference to Deep Rock Galactic, I think these might be mushrooms, bioluminescent mushrooms. Why do I believe this? Well, if we zoom in on this one on the right, there appears to be grass or something coming out of it. This is like the grass that is on the alien planet, so I'm 99% sure that these are supposed to be organic. And below the growing green part, you can see that it appears to be growing out of a browny yellow form of fungus. Keep in mind this browny yellow fungus for later. There's lots of instances of this fungus across the image. You can see another one here with the glowing green part at the top, and below it you can see the browny yellow base. And all of them have the alien grass coming out of them to indicate that they are organic. But why do I think they're mushrooms? Well, we've actually seen this kind of fungi before. Alongside the Most Wanted update, we received this map to show off the blocks. And beneath this map, you find this weird alien chamber, and what appears to be mushrooms. Now if you walk up to one of those fungi, they explode. This is actually because they have a warhead inside of them. This isn't any fancy mechanics you've never seen before. If I go into Spectator and poke my head inside this one, you'll see that there's a little warhead and a battery inside, so don't get too excited. The fauna beneath this map seems to be more of an Easter egg than a serious teaser, at least as far as I can tell, but it is presented in pretty much exactly the same way as the fungi in this new teaser. Browny yellow voxel material below, with a more luminescent top, with it literally glowing on the new teaser. However, this isn't the only place we've seen this fungus in Space Engineers. We need to go even further back to the Lost Colony scenario. Now, the Lost Colony scenario is the only scenario I've not completed. However, I do remember the story centering on discovering a mystery about a fungal outbreak on said Lost Colony. And if I load into Spectator, down here below the map, you can see the largest concentration of fungus on the map. And as you can see, once again, it looks very, very similar to our new fauna we can see in our teaser, minus the glowing green part. Obviously it's because it's using the same voxel texture and it's using the same alien soil, but to me that 100% reinforces the fact that this is supposed to be the same kind of organism. Whatever this is in the new teaser is definitely supposed to either be fungi or evoke the image of fungi. So this area is the highest concentration of fungi on the map. From my memory of playing it a couple years ago, there was a faction that came to this planet, found the fungi and were overrun by it, and then a couple years later a second faction came here and then also experienced the same fate. So, whilst there was certainly a large amount of fun guys on the map, it certainly did not make for a fun time for the residents. But if you do enjoy a fun time, consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel to see more videos like this one. So, back to this teaser. This glowing fungi seems to be created from a new sort of voxel. I don't believe you have any glowing voxels in the game currently, so that's pretty cool. But the real question is, sure, it's a new voxel, and sure, you probably believe this is fungi, and if you don't, that's fine. You're wrong, but that's fine. But what is this? What is it that this teaser is supposed to be showing us? Well, there's 2 real options. It's definitely the second one, but I know some people will say the first idea in the comments, so I'll mention what it is and why I don't think it's the case. In the last teaser, we were shown a new system called Global Encounters, and we were shown 3 examples of these new encounters. One of an asteroid base, one of a planetary encounter, and one of a ship battle. So potentially, I don't really think this is the case, but potentially this is an encounter in the world that generates. So this teaser is an interior of an asteroid encounter, and these structures like this bridge generate as part of it. And additionally, our green glowing fungus friends spawn in as well. I don't know how possible this is. I know you can dynamically spawn grids inside of voxels, but I don't believe you can spawn in voxels that are as detailed as these mushrooms are, as far as I'm aware. Or maybe, and I think this is much more likely, that this is a new scenario. During the same livestream this teaser was shown off, Zockley, a community manager at Keen, said this:
It's not my first time seeing this, but I haven't actually played this in game yet. So I've also managed to keep some surprises for myself, if that makes sense.
The fact that he specifically says I haven't actually played this yet indicates to me that this is separate from the normal experience of Space Engineers, like a scenario is. Future Zero here, I want to stress this part, as I didn't make it 100% clear in the original recording. In the part of the stream before the section I showed, Zockley talked about playing the update and enjoying the new blocks and gameplay, which means he's engaging with the new Prototech blocks and the new global encounters, so him saying that he hasn't played this means whatever this teaser is showing us is entirely separate from that. I'll link the section of the stream in the comments if you want to see the full context. But the point is, the main thing that is separate from the base game experience that this screenshot could be indicating to us is a new scenario. It has to be. And as we've had a previous scenario that has a fungal based encounter in it, I would suggest that perhaps the two are linked. Maybe it's some new story. Maybe we'll find out the secret of the monolith. Might be coping a little bit with that one, but we'll see. And contrary to the video I made where I said how much I hated the Frostbite scenario, I actually had a lot of fun playing it. Which means, Delta, Florius, I'm once again going to need you. Just play another scenario with me. It won't be as bad as last time, I promise. Suffering. So, let's quickly go over some things from the previous teaser. First of all, I said that this here would be some kind of Prototech panel. A lot of people suggested this was a new kind of armor texture, and that's kind of what I meant when I suggested it was a new Prototech panel. I kind of didn't really make that clear in the video, but that's fine. But what a lot of you told me is that this texture on the Prototech panel is almost identical, or is identical, to the texture on the heavy armor panel if you apply the gold texture to it, or the glitter texture to it, or any of the other textures that are shiny. And I'll be honest, I've literally never placed a heavy armor panel in my life, so I had no idea this even existed. So that's on me, I'm sorry. I'm still not sure if this is a new texture or it is just the glitter texture. As I said in the last video, on the Prototech blocks we've seen this kind of Prototech inscribing on quite a lot of them, so potentially there's some sort of new Prototech texture that is gold and has these engravings on it. But either way, it's probably just a texture. And whilst I got one thing wrong, I also missed something, and that's this over here. This appears to be a new kind of door. I mistakenly thought that this was the gate from the Frostbite DLC, but the Frostbite gate is much bigger than the gate that we're shown in this teaser. This block appears to be 2 wide, but only 1 high, whereas the gate is multiple blocks high. So potentially we're getting a new door in the update, or maybe in the DLC? This kind of looks like the vanilla door, but just stretched 2 blocks wide. So maybe it's a vanilla thing. I'm sure we'll find out very soon. Now this isn't the only mistake I've made in my speculation about updates in the past. I've kind of thought about going back over my old videos and seeing what I got right about the updates and what I got wrong. Let me know if you'd be interested to see that. One other thing to note is that we were told in the developer livestream that the update will come out on a Monday. And aside from that, we don't know much more. So why don't you let me know what day you think the update will come out on? So 16th, 23rd, 30th, or maybe even beyond. As long as it's a Monday, it's fair game. And whilst you're at it, why don't you like this video and subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with everything to do with Space Engineers. A special thanks to Clone, Briarrose, nice to see you, The Wildcat, Tarantula Fudge, Hamish Drowner, Penguin, The Whiskman, and Summit. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member with the join button either above or below the video.